Hey, how's it going, you future sleep addicts? It's your boy Sleep. Today I'm bringing you some Dokkan Battle tips and hints or anything that you may have overlooked. Being a new player in the game or a player who just wasn't really into it and just now starting to get into it. Whatever your case is, I'm basically here to help you and tell you tricks that you should know, or maybe anything basic that you didn't know. So one of the things that I do want to talk about is Baba's Shop. Baba's Shop is a very good way to farm up items, dendays, and training items. That's awakening medals rather than items. I said items, I don't know why. Awakening medals, dendays, and training items are sensu beans. Every day, if you use your Zenny, you can get 3 sensu beans. So for about 2,500 Zenny, I think that's what it is. You could get Gregory's, you could get, what else was it? It was Gregory's, Bubbles, and Dr. Giroux. I think that's what it is. Anyways, you could get those, and you could get those every day, whenever it resets every morning for global. And if you're not in global but you're in the US, it resets for us around, it doesn't reset every morning, it resets every night for global. And for us in the US that play on the Japan server, it resets for us every morning around 7 to 9. I can't remember what it is. It resets for us, just know that. So you can get those and farm those up over a course of a week. 3 times 5, 15 to 15 sensu beans a week. If you're not using them, you shouldn't be really using your sensu beans or dendays unless you're doing boss events, docking events like Frieza, Beerus, Black Goku, Rose Black Goku, or Super Vegeta. Docking events, fuck it, man, just docking events. And you shouldn't really, you should just really be doing. It's the only time you should really be using your sensu beans and dendays. You should really be using your cargos and your potions. Not potions. Fuck. Why the hell did I say potions? Not potions. The things. I can't remember. I can't think of the name right now. I'm sorry. You should be really using those and cargos for events. For events like strike events, quest, or anything in general. That's the only time you should really be using. That's the only time you shouldn't be using your dendays and whatever. Don't use your King Yamas. Ox King could come in handy for quest and regular strike events. There's Baba's. Yeah, there's Baba's. There's also Baba. Baba's a really good item. What am I talking about? I digressed from what we was talking about. Anyways, Baba's Shop is a really good way to farm up things. Farm up things, basically. Yeah, just farm up stuff in general. We should get on to the next tip because I digressed hella hard. The next tip I want to talk about is Dragonstone consumption. A lot of people usually, like I said, just get Dragonstones and just go ham on the summons. They just go ham, like they'll get 5 stones. Like, oh man, I'm gonna test my luck. Maybe I'll just pull a Go Tanks. Maybe. They tap, pull that screen, and the next thing you know, they get jack shit, and now they're mad at the world because they just used their 5 stones and they won't have another 5 for like another week. So you save your stones, man. Save your stones. You don't understand. People don't understand how many strike cards there is and how many docking events give out free units, and those free units can be farmed and then awakened. And that's what people don't understand, that if you get a full team of strike cards, you could probably do a lot of boss events. And people really don't understand that because they really think that once you get the card, you don't farm it. At first that's how it was. I didn't farm the strike cards because I didn't know about their super attacks and how they change once you awaken them or once you hit a certain super attack level. And then once that happens, you're like, oh man, I should have did this from the start. But now I wasted all my Dragonstones and I don't have any more stamina because I was trying to do summons. So I'm just like, ugh. But now that I'm a better player and I know how to use my Dragonstones and when to use them, it's definitely a lot easier on me to focus on strike events and super strike events and docking events in general. The third part I want to talk about is definitely the free units I was commented on earlier. Free units is definitely a good way to have a better looking box, and it's definitely helpful to have cards that seal and stun, and strike events definitely give those out. You could do a lot of boss events with those strike cards. There's a lot of people who do free-to-play guides on certain bosses. Living Ichigo is definitely one, and Be Free definitely. I wouldn't say he's been doing it for a while, but I don't really watch D Free. I haven't watched D Free for that long, but he definitely does do free-to-play guides or team builds. You should go look at those two. You could also look at Rhymestyle if you don't know who they are, but Rhymestyle doesn't really do free-to-play guides, but he's definitely a good Dokkan player, and he's very entertaining. You should go watch him if you want to learn more about Dokkan Battle. But yeah, strike cards are definitely the bread and butter of free-to-play or new players just joining in to Dokkan Battle. You should definitely prioritize strike cards and Dokkan event cards. What I mean by Dokkan event cards, when certain Dokkan events give out free cards, and then they Dokkan Awaken once you do the boss event. So basically, one of the cards that I will cover right now is Angel Vegeta. It comes from the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Dokkan event, and once you do it, you get a certain Vegeta. He's a agility type, and then you fight Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, which isn't really that hard. You fight him, get 3 awakening medals, you awaken your free card, and you can also farm the card, so you can have a super attack of 15 or 10 to 15, and whatever your preferences. So now you have a free card that's super strong, Dokkan Awakened, that can go to UR with a super attack of 15 without spending any Dragon Stones at all. Maybe you might spend one to do the event, not dying during it. I'm talking about to actually do it more than once. Say you need more stamina to get that last awakening medal, even though you shouldn't really have to. Well, yeah, unless you're around like level 200, you really shouldn't have to use any summoning stone, Dragon Stones to keep doing the event, because you should have around enough stamina to do it 3 times without, 3 times, if you don't lose. In the case you don't lose. But anyways, strike cards, Dokkan event cards, free units in general, they can come from World Tournament or just cards they give out. Baba Shop, you can definitely look at Baba Shop, farm those cards. It's just so much free aspects of the game that people overlook, and they don't really abuse the system, so they really think that the game is hard or the bosses are hard because they don't have enough money to buy, multiple summons. Maybe they do have enough money, but they're just tired of buying and not getting crap. So definitely use those free units and abuse that system. It's definitely worth it. For the next tip I want to talk about is the battling aspects of Dokkan Battle. This will be short, it'll be quick, simple. A lot of people don't know that blocking and certain types can work against each other, and there are cards that really work well when it comes to blocking. 2 of my favorite cards that I love to have on my team, no matter what the team is, maybe it be mono or rainbow. My favorite card is definitely Golden Frieza. Agility, Golden Frieza. He when he's awakened, Dokkan Awakened, it goes up to 90% from 80%. The base passive he has takes 80% damage reduction, and it's a really good card to have on your team no matter what the circumstances is at all. He's really a really good card. That's one of the cards. And Android 16, he's also a free-to-play card. He also takes less damage for his passive. His passive allows him to take less damage. I think it's around 50% unawakened as long as he's guarding or blocking. I think it goes for anybody. No, I think it's just for him. I really don't know. I haven't used him in a long time, ever since I got Golden Frieza. But he's definitely a really good card, just in case you need a blocker on your team. and your team's, you know, not really, it's just mostly damage and pure non-takiness, Android 16 is definitely a good card to have. And plus you can farm his super attack, and his super attack is really strong around the 15, around the super 15 when he's Dokkan Weekend. So that's one part of that people don't really understand. And if you don't know how to block, if you would look on the screen now, right there, if you look, there's a picture of the enemy. The enemy will either be on your left or right side of a card. It's always in the middle or before the card. If it's attacking first, that will show you when he's attacking. It would switch. It switches. It's random. That shows you when he's attacking, and you should pay attention to that because type advantages will always block against certain. If you have type advantage, you will always block. So if you would look right there, the card that, let's say the card is Jackie Chan, he's a tech type, I will have to use an intelligence type to block him. Or some certain, like I said, certain cards automatically block no matter how no matter the type of advantage. In my case, it'll be Golden Frieza. He will always block, no matter, even if he's going against a tech type, which is really good. So blocking is basically that you put your card that has the advantage over, has type advantage over each other, over the card, the enemy. Ah man, I can't speak. Before or after, yeah, you always have to put it before the card, unless the card is attacking first, then you will have to put it after. But they will never attack before your card, before any of your units, unless it's attacking first at the beginning of the turn. That's the only time they will ever attack the second or third. They would never attack the second or third units. They always only attack the first, the second after you attack, and the third after you attack. They would never attack in between the cards. So just keep that in mind. That's basically covers everything I want to talk about now. I do have more tips and tricks that a lot of people don't know, but I don't want the video to be like 20-30 minutes long. So if you enjoyed the video, or you want more tips, or or I helped you at all, please like and comment down below. It definitely helps me and gives good feedback. I'm definitely trying to improve on the way I speak, commentate, and give out tips, or maybe play the game in general. So that's always helpful. It's always welcome. And thank you for watching the video. Peace.